Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today I want to discuss with you minefields, the Aegis Nautilus, and other ships that potentially could lay mines and other devices of the sort, and kind of discuss the possibility of whether or not it would be considered griefing.
These mines are quite hard to detect, so obviously you wouldn't want them to be huge gleaming red beacons of light that you know are there. They sort of embed themselves into the world quite nicely, and ships that are designed for hunting things down, such as scanners, great, they can find them. If you want to go through a minefield, then the Nautilus itself can do some minesweeping with its drones, but then other ships equipped with EMP or distortion weapons can temporarily disable them, which helps give other combat ships a way through these areas.
Now, there's a lot of questions when it comes to deploying mines that I have, and a lot of answers that I just can't seem to find, per se. And maybe that's because the ship is a long time out, or it could be right around the corner. We really don't know. And there's just been a very big discussion lately about griefing and pirating, and what is and what isn't pirating, and what is and what isn't griefing. So, with that, I want to take a look at the Q&A of the Aegis Nautilus with you and kind of go over a few details and kind of ask the questions that need to be asked and hopefully, start a discussion on how this is going to work. Basically, my question starts off with, what's to stop someone from owning the Nautilus or any other mine deploying ship and laying out a minefield at the end of a point A to point B quantum jump area. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say you are stationed at, Seraphim, and you decide, I'm going to take my Titan out, grab a box, go deliver it, make a couple grand, just do something nice and simple. I'm going to jump over to Daymar or Yela. Doesn't matter. Okay. You get in your ship, you take off from your hangar, you start your quantum jump, and you get there. Okay. Right off the bat, you get out of your quantum travel and you're like, all right, cool. Now let me look at the map and see where I'm going from there. But then suddenly you get alerted and chased down by mines and just destroyed, right? At what point is that griefing? The question here is because mines and minefields are used in a war type situation, right? It's not to stop the regular everyday travel of a civilian or someone doing normal stuff. This is a type of weapon you use in an org operation or a wartime type of situation, or because how do you use a destructive mine in pirating? Okay, what type of, let's say someone deploys 12 mines in a small area, okay, and then you jump in with your caterpillar, and they just, all 12 mines simultaneously interact with you and explode. I mean, this is like a blast, right? And it destroys your ship entirely, and 90% of the cargo with it. Well, what point of that is pirating? Especially if that Nautilus pilot decided to call it quits before that minefield was ever even activated by someone. Because according to this Q&A here, and I'm on the webpage right now, how long will they be around? Well, that's the first question here. How long is the lifespan of different mine types, and how long do they persist during logout? What happens if the parent ship is destroyed? Can mines be retrieved afterwards in such occurrences? So they say, once deployed and in use, a mine's components start to degrade. Though their lifespan is dependent on the environment and how they are used, for example, regularly engaged weapons platforms will likely wear out and proximity mines will likely detonate before they degrade. If live but untriggered, we envisage a mine's lifespan to be measured in days rather than minutes. Mine lifespan is not influenced by the state of the parent ship. Destroyed, logged out, whatever. That's what they're saying. They're saying that mine's deployed, it's deployed. You're in the persistent universe at this point. So they envision that the minefield that was just left by somebody is going to be there for days. Whether that's days on the server or days in real time doesn't really matter, because it could be something that is there for hours in real time, or literally, like they say, days in real time. And that is such a devastating type of situation. Because when is it griefing, right? You sit there and you go, okay, sure, the pilot's not left the server. They're still online, but they're not in the area. It just destroyed the ship. There's nothing left of it. Okay, what was the point? Like, what's the point of that? Oh, you got a kill on your scorecard here? Hello? The whole point of the universe is to be kind of living and breathing, right? Not to set up minefields everywhere and watch everything explode. That's no different than pad ramming a ship. You blow it up for absolutely zero reason, and that's it. There was no skill involved. You just deployed a weapon platform and left, right? So I'm not sure how they're going to play this, or if they're just going to dramatically change the lifespan of a mine, or they're just going to become useless. Like, you got a couple options, right? They're going to make these mines terribly slow. Like, terribly slow. Like, no matter what size ship it is, you can potentially outrun it. But then what's the point of it? Or it could just be so slow that only big ships really get, have the really big, severe chance of it getting hit. But then again, it's like, okay, you run into the same situation. A friendly Carrack jumps in, and you instantly get bombarded with mines that you can't outrun because, the arrow can outrun it, but you can't. Oh, the Carrack's a bad example because that thing's fast as all hell. But let's say you jump in with I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Just any ship that's, slow, like a whole C, a whole A, any one of those, right? You jump in and you just instantly get demolished by a whole minefield for no reason, right? You're not involved in an org op. You're not involved in a war. You're not involved in a conflict. You're just doing your trade route. But some jerk decided, hey, I'm going to put a minefield here for, the giggle of it, and sit here and laugh about it, even if I don't even know if it actually worked. Wow. That is something else. And it really begs to ask the question of how they plan on avoiding that. Because in all terms, in using the word griefing, that's exactly what that would be, right? If there's no active reason why to deploy a mine, what else would it be? Because it doesn't matter if you get a crime stat deploying it. Why would that matter? I mean, unless it instantly deploys a mission saying minefield detected, go and wipe it out, blah, blah, blah. This is aUEC space. We detected a minefield. Take this minefield out, etc., etc. Which, speaking of which, other than engaging it with guns, the only way to take out mines is to hack them or, with these other type of style mines that the Nautilus has. That's pretty crazy. So, like, another question, let's see here. Since the mines track and follow targets, can they operate within a planet's atmosphere? No, they only work in 0G. So that's an escape plan, right? You jump in, now you have to make it to the atmosphere of the planet for the mines to deactivate. But again, are the mines so slow that it's pointless? What's the point of the ship? Or is it kind of somewhere in the middle and you might have time to escape, but you really have to have 100% focus from getting out of your jump to not? Oof. Yeah. Interesting. And then they kind of tell you here that stealth ships could naturally be harder for the mines to detect them, but you're still going to get detected. So it's not like it's not like it's completely safe for you to use a stealth ship to get by a minefield. It's just, there's nothing to prevent it. Let's take a look here. I saw another one here. The detection range. This goes back to the question of how you're going to prevent it, right? Because what's the detection range of mines and sentries? How far away before the mine engages an enemy? They literally say we expect each mine to have at least a minimum engagement radius of between 5 to 10 kilometers. They'll pursue targets a fair distance beyond that too to allow relatively small quantities of mines to cover a moderately large area. Oh boy. I can't picture how this is ever going to be something that isn't on Spectrum or Reddit or whatnot a million times over once this ship comes out. I was just randomly destroyed by a minefield. I wasn't doing anything. There was no ships near me. What the heck? What is this? I'm in aUEC space. This isn't Pyro. Why am I getting destroyed by mines? You know what I mean? This is going to be a consistent topic. Because it already is without minefields. Like, it's already a consistent topic of getting killed randomly by someone that's actually shooting at you right there. Not just deploying mines and walking away. Oh my gosh, wow. Can't wait to read all those posts. It's going to be something. Will the laying of mines be considered a crime? Obviously, they're going to probably make it some sort of crime. But the question is it going to be an instant crime stat? Like, you're in sat range, you deployed a mine, boom, crime stat? What the hell is the point of having this ship? This ship is an Aegis ship. It's not a pirate's ship. This is not a Drake vessel. I'm sorry. It's just not. What's the point? What's the point of having this ship if the second you deploy it, you just become a criminal anyways, right? So now you're going to deploy, become a criminal, and then what? Just hopefully make someone blow up. Woo! Oh, so much fun. This is like an org operation ship only, I feel like. You know, you're having some sort of org versus org fighting style war zone ship. This is exactly what that would be used for. Like, I don't even know, like, system control doesn't make sense either, because we're not supposed to be the military protecting UEE space, right? We're not supposed to be the citizens keeping our territories. Yeah, Stanton is just UEE space. It's on the border edge of it with Pyro, and it's definitely not, you know, closer to other heavily secure UEE space style systems. But I mean, it's still a law area, right? It's still something that, like, I can see why this ship hasn't been released yet, or the focus yet, because they know the ship's going to have a lot of backlash. Like, the deployment of mines is going to be something else. Can deploy mines be remotely hacked? Yes, the Nemo drone performs this task as a range that the mines can be hacked from is short. Okay, so you can only hack a mine with the Nemo drone. Possibly other ships that have hacking ability might be able to do it, but we'll see. We'll see how far they like to take that. But the Nemo drone. So who can deploy the Nemo drone? Is that just a Nautilus? So to be an anti-Nautilus ship, you got to be a Nautilus. Yay. Or can a Carrack deploy a Nemo drone? Or any ship that has a, you know, drone platform deploy the Nemo drone? Because it kind of sounds like they're making the Nemo drone something that's only exclusive to the Nautilus, and that would be kind of terrible. Like, why? That wouldn't make too much sense. You know, I'm just trying to kind of figure this out because I'm interested in this discussion, because I see a lot of discussion about griefing and, you know, what is and what isn't. So this is, I'm trying to make some headway here on this ship before it even sees the light of day of how this is going to be figured out. You know, where is the Nautilus going to really fit in to Star Citizen? Where is Mines really going to fit in to Star Citizen? Because there's a whole sense of it's a lot of money to spend on a ship, in-game or out-of-game, just for the mines to either be too slow and useless or for the mines to be too overpowering and griefing. Because other than, what's the point of them then, right? Are they just a distraction? There's really no point to them. They hit like throwing a penny at the side of a tank, or do they hit like a size 9 torpedo, right? And they're fast as hell, so you can't get away from them, without getting into atmosphere. But then the entire time you're playing this game, you're going to be like always freaking out that every time you make a jump, you're going to just be entering a minefield. Can you imagine that?
Minefields offer a great way to add defensive gameplay to Star Citizen. They allow players, whether they're in an org or solo players, to ring fence or protect a sort of strategic asset, whether that's a space station or even just entry methods to certain areas.
Every time you make a jump, you literally can't leave your computer, because the second you jump in, the potential possibility that you jump into a minefield is just astonishing, right? Because there's going to be so many people operating this ship, deploying mines everywhere. It's going to be a freaking nightmare. What do you think of the Nautilus and mines and the future of it? I'm very interested in everybody's perspective on this, because this is what this episode is about. It's about starting the discussion of mines and griefing. Nothing. I don't want to talk about other griefing. Okay, I don't want to have this turn into a what's considered griefing if I just pull up to a ship and destroy it and run away or whatever. This is a discussion about a gameplay feature that's coming soon and could potentially change the entire atmosphere of Star Citizen. Because I'm a little worried about mines in Star Citizen. Because, I mean, obviously if they release and they're just useless, then who cares? But then everybody that owns this ship is just it's going to be backlash either way, right? I mean, it's a nice looking ship, but if the whole gameplay functionality behind it's pointless, then let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear your side of this and your concern with mines. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.